Leg out.
The kings had their queens on the throne. We would pop champagne and raise a toast. I'm a Barbie girl in my Barbie world. No Barbie girl, I'm living in my own world. I am plastic, call me classic. La 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 la.
DJ Precise.
It goes around the world just la 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 la. It's all around the world. Now and then I think about me now and who I could have been, and then I picture all the.
The clock strikes 10 p.m. and there are only 2 hours left for Jimin's birthday. The house is quiet, too quiet. The kids have long since fallen asleep in his parents' room, talking to their grandparents until they drifted off. As always, with Jimin parents around, you and Jimin don't need to worry about putting them to bed, but tonight something feels different, heavier. Jimin still hasn't spoken to you since the fight earlier in the day. You stand in the upstairs hallway watching as he sits on the couch downstairs, phone pressed to his ear. His voice is low, but you can hear bits of the conversation. He's talking to Jungkook and then Taeyang joins in, his voice groggy from being woken up. Jimin, sounding frustrated, say, "Guys, I'm bored. I've been with the kids and the family all day. I need to get out of here." The young groans on the other end, clearly annoyed at being disturbed. "Jimin, you are the one who said no to celebrating with us. I was asleep, man. You can't just expect me to jump out of the bed now." Jimin leans back, backing against the couch, exasperated. "Come on, Taeyang. I know I said that, but things didn't go as planned. The kids are asleep, my parents are resting, and I need a break. It's my birthday, for crying out loud. Just come out with me." Jungkook chuckles dryly. "Jimin, you have a wife. Why aren't you celebrating with her? Why are you disturbing us?" Jimin huffs, frustration clear in his tone. "I want to drink. Just come, both of you. We don't have to do anything crazy. Just grab a drink, hang out. I need to get out of here." Taeyang yawns loudly. "You literally told us not to make the plans because you wanted to spend the day with family. Now you are asking us to rally up in the middle of the night." Jungkook gets laughing softly. "Yeah, man, you said you wanted a quiet family thing." Jimin sighs heavily, rubbing his temple. "I know I did okay, but now I need this. Things didn't exactly go as planned." There's a long pause before Taeyang finally speaks up, grumbling. "Jimin, listen, I'm not coming to your house. The kids are already asleep and they are the only reason I would have come over anyway. It makes no sense me to drag myself there just to sit around when I can do that there. If I'm getting out of the bed, it's better be something worth it." "It will be," Jimin assures them as he stands up and stretches. "I'll text you the place. See you soon." As soon as Jimin cuts the call, you watch from the slightly ajar door as he stretches and stands up, heading towards the staircase. Your heart starts pounding fast, realizing he's coming upstairs. Not wanting to make things worse by letting him know you overheard his conversation with his friends, you quickly retreat into your room, closing the door behind you quietly as possible. You sit on the edge of the bed, hand nervously gripping the sheets as your mind races. The room feels heavy with the silence that lingers after the day's tension, and your thoughts focus solely on the coldness Jimin's been showing you. He had not spoken to you all day, and now he was heading out. You can't help but feel responsible. Of course, he's upset, and now he's going out just to avoid you. Moments later, Jimin walks to the room. You immediately glance up at him, hoping for a sign, anything that shows he might still be willing to talk to you. But his expression remains cold distance. He doesn't look at you even once. His gaze fixed ahead as he heads straight for the closet, grabbing some clothes. Your heart sinks further. The coldness in the air feels suffocating as he brushes past you without a word. You watch helplessly as he heads into the bathroom, shutting the door behind him. The sound of the water running from the shower is the only thing that breaks the tense silence in the room. You sit there staring at the bathroom door, a wave of guilt washing over you. You feel bad, of course you do. The fact that he's leaving, going out with his friends, and needing a break because of the argument you two had. It's all your fault, isn't it? What could you do? You can't stop him from going out. Maybe it's for the best, you think. Maybe he'll cool off and come back in a better mood. But before he leaves, you decide you have to talk to him. You can't just let him go like this with things still unresolved. So you wait, nerves twisting in your stomach as you anxiously watch the bathroom door, waiting for him to come out. When the water finally stops, you take a deep breath, preparing yourself for the con. Jimin steps out of the bathroom and you breathe catches in your throat from a shower. His damp hair falls messily over his forehead, droplets of water clinging to his skin as it towels off his sharp jawline and torn chest glisten under the dreaming light, and you feel a blush rise to your cheek. For a moment, you wish he would stay, wish the night could end differently, but reality hits. You know you need to talk to him to address the tension that's been hanging between you all day. So you stand up, trying to calm your racing heart as you walk toward him. He stands in front of the mirror, catching your reflection. His cold eyes meet yours through the glass, but there's no warmth, no softness. Are you going somewhere? You ask, your voice barely a whisper, hoping to ease the situation. Jimin doesn't respond. He keeps drying his hair, ignoring your question like you don't exist. The coldness in his silence pierces you, but swallow the heart and try again. Jimin, I'm sorry for what? He cuts you off, his voice sharp, for ruining my birthday or for making things worse than they already were. His words sting you, blink, trying to hold back the tears swelling up in your eyes. I didn't mean to ruin anything, you say softly, your voice breaking. Yeah, well, you did, Jimin says coldly, finally looking at you. Do you even realize how much a mess you made today? Are you going to just keep apologizing without understanding? I know I messed up, you say, feeling your throat tighten. I didn't mean to upset you, but you did. He interrupts, shaking his head and saying sorry doesn't change anything. Do you think it magically fixes everything? I love you. You whisper, tears finally escaping despite your efforts. I didn't want this to happen. Love isn't always enough, Jimin replies, his voice hard. He grabs his keys and wallet, not sparing you another glance as they move towards the door. You take a shaky breath, stepping closer, your voice trembling as you call out, Jimin, please don't go like this, not tonight. He pauses for a split second, but he doesn't turn around. He opens the door, leaving you standing there, and the sound of the door clicking shut is the only response you get. You stand frozen, the silence in the room growing heavier by the second. The tears you tried so hard to hold back spill freely now, and you collapse on the bed, your turn aching. All you are left with is the empty space he's left behind and the crushing guilt that fills the room. As you sit on the bed, tears streaming down your face, you suddenly feel your phone vibrate. It's your sister calling. You don't feel ready to talk, so you let it ring, ignoring the call. Your phone rings, vibrating in your hand. You stare at the screen. No, it's your sister again. You've already ignored the first call, trying to control your sobs, but she's persistent. You sigh and quickly wipe your tear-streaked face before answering. Hello, you manage to say, your voice shaky, betraying the emotions you're desperately trying to hide. The silence on the other end is a brief before she speaks, her tone sharp and concerned. Are you crying? You hesitate, trying to find the strength to lie, but it's useless. No, you whisper, though it's painfully obvious. Why? She says, her voice colder now, like she's not in the mood for games. Are you crying? Her firm tone breaks down your last bit of resistance, and the tears begin to flow uncontrollably again. You nod even though she can't see you, and soon your sobs fill the quiet space of your room. Who made you cry? She demands, her voice lates with anger. You take a deep breath, trying to explain through the tears. It's Jimin. When I was talking to you this morning, he went live in the room and told me to watch the kids. I got distracted and Ira ended up going into the room. Jimin found out and got so mad. He yelled at me, and now he hasn't spoken to me all day. For a moment, there is a pause, like your sister is processing what you just said, and then her voice comes through the phone, filled with fury. So let me get this straight. He scolded you on his birthday for something so small. Who the hell does he think he is? I don't care if he's Park Jimin, the famous singer. That doesn't give him right to yell at you like that. No, it's my fault, you stammer, still trying to defend Jimin, even as your chest tightens with more tears. Your fault? She snaps. How is this your fault, Ryan? If he was so worried about the kids, why didn't he lock the door? If anyone careless here, it's him. And now he's making you feel bad about it. That's so mean. If Ayush ever did something like that to me, I would slap him across the face. Where is Jimin? Put him on the phone with me right now. You wipe your tears, shaking your head even though she can't see. He's gone. He left. He said he needed a break. A break, she nearly shouts. Oh, that's rich. He needs a break. The guy who spends his day working and away from the house needs a break. While you, the one who's home all day with the kids taking care of everything, what do you get? He's unbelievable. Your sobs grow quieter as you listen to her, the weight of your exhaustion settling in. I gave up my job for him, you murmur softly, the truth of your sacrifice setting deep into your heart. Exactly, she fires back, her voice filled with righteous indignation. You gave up your entire career, your freedom for him and the kids. You have dedicated your entire life to this family, and now he's acting like you are the one who needs to be perfect all the time. How can he blame you for one little mistake when you have been nothing but supportive, selfless? I don't know what to do. You whisper, the helplessness overwhelming you. Your sister pauses for a moment before speaking again, her tone soft but determined. I'll tell you what to do. You pack up everything, forget all this, and come to India. Leave him there alone. Let him handle the kids and the house by himself for a while. Maybe then he will realize just how much you do for him and how impossible is to manage everything perfectly. You blink, her words hanging in the air. I just can't leave, you say through. The thought tempts you for a brief moment. Why not? She presses. You deserve better than this one. He's taking you for granted. When he's left alone to deal with everything himself, then maybe, just maybe, he will finally get some sense knocked into him. Let him struggle with the kids for a change. Let's see how it feels. You sit there, the phone pressed to your ear, feeling the exhaustion of the day weigh down on you. But I don't want to make things worse. Worse, your sister's cuffs is already being a jerk. You didn't even do anything wrong. All you've done since the day you got married is dedicated yourself to him and the kids. You gave up your job, your time, your energy, everything. What more does he expect from you? You swallow her words resonating in the pit of your stomach. I just wish he would understand that, you whisper. He needs to understand that, she says firmly, and if he doesn't, then he's the one who needs to get his act together. You're not just some maid or caretaker. You are his wife, you deserve respect, and you deserve to be treated like a partner, not someone who's expected to be perfect all the time. You take a deep breath, feeling the lump in your throat swell. But you want to argue to say that maybe things will change, that maybe Jimin will come around, but the doubt lingers in the back of your mind. No, but she interrupts, her voice rising slightly. You're coming to India, and if you're not, I swear I'll tell Dad everything. Let's see what he does to Park Jimin for hurting his daughter. A chill runs down your spine at the thought of your father confronting Jimin. Your dad's temper is legendary, and the idea of him getting involved makes your stomach twist. No, no, I'll come. Just please don't tell Dad. Your sister lets out a small sigh, the tension in her voice dissipating silently. Good, I'll book your tickets for the next available flight. You feel a wave of panic wash over you, but what about the kids? Why, and this is your break from the kids and from him. She states firmly, let him handle. You shake your head even though she can't see you, anxiety tightening your chest. Kiki can't live without me. I don't want them to suffer because of our problems. I can't just leave them like this. They need me. A frustrated breath escapes your sister, and you can hear her pacing on the other end of the line. Fine, bring Kiki with you. But leave Chris and Ira. Let Jimin handle the responsibility for once. You feel your heart clench at the thought of leaving Chris behind. Chris is still too little to be without me. You argue, your voice barely above a whisper. The idea of separating from your youngest child feels unbearable. Okay, fine, she snaps, expiration evident. Bring the kids if you have to, but you need to leave that house. If you don't come, I'll fly down there with Dad and we will drag you out ourselves. The weight of her words presses down on you and your thoughts spiral as you consider everything that's happened. Okay, I'll talk to Mom and Dad about it. You reply, trying to gather your thoughts and make sense of the chaos. Why do you need to talk to his parents? She asked, confusion mixed with the irritation in her voice. Why? And this is about you. You sigh deeply, rubbing your temple as if we could see The swirling emotions, as in, I can't just leave without telling them what's happening. I can't just disappear. It's not right. There's a moment of silence, and you can almost hear her thinking through the phone. Fine, talk to them, but don't let them convince you to stay. If Jimin doesn't change, you deserve better, YN. Her words hang heavy in the air, resonating within you. You nod as if she can see you, even though it's just you alone in your room. Okay, I'll figure it out, but I'll come. Good, I'll send you the flight details as soon as I book them. Don't think too much, okay? Just do what's best for you, she reminds you, her voice softening. You hang up the phone, staring blankly at the wall as the heaviness of the conversation settles on your chest. The thoughts of Jimin, the kids, and the countless responsibilities swirl in your mind, mixing with the emotions you've tried to push down for so long. You pull your knees to your chest, feeling the tears prick at your eyes again. Why did it have to come to this? Why did everything feel so heavy, so overwhelming? You think about Jimin and the coldness he had shown you earlier. The weight of your heartache feels suffocating, but deep down you know you need to take this step. With a shaky breath, you stand up from the bed, ready to speak to his parents. Maybe this is what you need, a fresh start, a break from everything. Your sister is right. You deserve better. You deserve to be happy, to feel valued, and to be heard. Perhaps his trip to India will change you need. Perhaps it will give you the clarity to figure things out with Jimin and your life at home. You just need to take that first step, no matter how difficult it may be.